quite nicely there. All right, that's that. Let's move on to match number 2. Hello everyone, Rituro here, and this is my life in Silver League. My opponent today, a level 41 Bronze Leaguer by the name of Autopod on the new season map, Foxtrot Labs. This is my first official match of Season 3 of 2014, but I hear you saying, but Rituro, I can already see that you are ranked as Silver as you play the Blue Terran. Well, it turns out my first match was an insta-quit by whoever I was up against, and that dropped me straight into Silver. No need to fight my way back up from Bronze, which is always fun, having to skip all that extra work, as it were. But let's skip ahead to the good stuff, since we can do that. No pizza here. If you were watching last episode, I ended up nearly losing in the opening because I decided to go get pizza instead of actually playing StarCraft. But I did manage to do it, and this time we can just focus on what actually happened here. Pretty standard opening here for both me and Autopod, going to the barracks at the top of the ramp on Foxtrot. I'm just going to show off the map here while we're opening our builds here. So it's a 4-player, or a 4-spawn map, so cross-spawning here, here, and here, and here. Natural, or a macro-natural, no, my apologies, not a macro-natural, a natural right below the main base here down the ramp. Third below the natural on the lower ground, right there. Are some destructible rocks here providing alternate entry into the natural, and the similar or the comparable ones are right over here, as well as this little connector to go into the main sort of snaking high ground terrain that crosses all of the map. Now, I'm not sure if this is a forced cross spawn map or not, as we both get our orbital commands up and running, but I wanted to check just to be sure. So no, it is not a cross spawn for this map. It'd be interesting to see if it's cross spawn at all. I have a suspicion it might not be, though. I should probably check that. With that in mind, I went about my usual business here. 2 barracks off the start here, and a refinery to go with my orbital command. Mule dropping away. Meanwhile, Autopod has the reactor up first as he works on getting his second refinery up and going. No other production facilities yet for Autopod. Oh, it's a little cleaning bot. Oh, cleaning bot, aren't you delightful? Just absolutely delightful little cleaning bot. Aww. Meanwhile, I walked to the front door and found it blocked, so what do you do when the front door's blocked? You begin ringing the doorbell. As you do, ring that little doorbell, SCV. It probably won't work, but it'll chip down the supply depot, which is always fun for everybody. Meanwhile, pair of Marines on the way for Autopod. He does not like me ringing the front door, and he has gone straight to factory, going up the tech tree as fast as he can. Meanwhile, I have 3 Marines of my own on the field working on a 4th, and a 2nd barracks as well. More supply on the way as well to alleviate that always pesky supply block. And I as well am going up to factory, though after barracks, to have the more robust bio-level production facilities. And there it is, my own tech lab to get that wonderful stim. Factory also going for tech lab here, and straight up to Starport. Destiny Cloud Fist build, I believe that's called. Hoping I get my StarCraft terminology right there. Another supply depot on the way as well for Autopod. Quick check here on the supply tab. 6-4 is the army supply advantage of me. 20-19, so practically even on the worker supply. 8-4 now for me here as I continue to get those bio units, those early bio units built. And we've decided we're just going to march out to the low ground here, try and intercept any scouting. Seeing none, though, we're going to go with the expansion here before moving out. Get that extra command center up. Get that, since I had the money saved, why not get an expansion going? However, it is going to be competing against the quick rush to Starport here by Autopod, as he is getting a medevac as well. It could be either for drop or just support. He's got the siege tank coming as well, so we could be seeing a siege tank marine drop here, which is probably not a bad idea for Autopod here. Go with the straight rush and hope that I don't have any sort of defense. And for once, I actually don't have the engineering bay and missile turrets up, which I usually do as a precaution. I've gone with the factory first. So I wanted to get that tech on the field. Going here with the reactor on my factory, which I believe was for Widow Mines, I think, pretty sure. We will soon find here another mule being dropped. Looks like we have energy for Autopod to drop another, either drop another mule or do a scan here. Be interesting to see which he picks. He's got another SCV commander. This is probably for an expansion, I would think, if he's having it rally. Oh, nope, there's a misclick there. Rallying back on the mineral line. Ah, there we go. He's repairing the front door. No chip damage for me. So sad, but I do have my own starboard on the way here, so I will not be behind in tech for long, as the medevac is almost done here for Autopod. He has no other production on the way. The only thing he's doing are these two medevacs. He knows exactly what he wants to do. It's going to be drop-tastic. And there we are, siege tanks in one, Marines in the other. It's the 7.5 minute Marine siege tank medevac drop attack as the SCV goes out on its little scouting mission. The medevacs will afterburn and get out of there. No other defense let that home other than the wall for Autopod as he's almost at his supply block, or at his supply limit. Meanwhile, I got missile turrets on the way because I realized that I didn't. And what perfect timing to get those missile turrets up and running. Wouldn't mind also be great if I could get those buried as well. That would be a nasty surprise for Autopod. He does have a supply depot on the way, as well as his own engineering base as Autopod as well. He's now getting his second base up and running, building it from the safety of his original base before flying it over to the natural, one would think. And a Marine just checking over here on the corner, make sure everything's okay. Meanwhile, that scouting SCV gets shot down quickly, and the medevac's like, wait a minute. Wait just a darn minute. Do I really want to do that? Level 1 weapons on the way, and stim as well. More tanks and medevacs for Autopod. He is going to drop at the natural. Down goes the mule. Sieging up are the tanks. Might not be the best play because here comes the army to shoot that down quickly. One Marine gets picked up. The rest of the army, not so much. Do the Widowmines bury? One Widowmine does. Second one, not so much. That's unfortunate. However, that does take down the rest of the battle forces on the ground. A lot of friendly fire there as well. I was imagine the medevacs inadvertently took out a lot of my units simply by letting the Widowmine bury one single SCV that had been loaded up, I would assume, to repair the siege tanks, perhaps build some sort of proxy. Live to tell the tale. Two more barracks on the way now for Autopod as his attack has been blunted. The expansion is complete and flying over. Meanwhile, my own reactor-teched starport with Viking and medevac on the way to try and get some anti-medevac tech on the field. Meanwhile, my own extra 2 barracks are almost done to get more bio on the field. Level 1 weapons about 3/4 done. Stim nearly complete. More Widowmines done here. Not actually very high saturation here in the natural or in the main base. Here only 12 SCVs. Many SCVs being instantly pushed over to the expansion. Not perhaps the most ideal play. Could have probably pumped a few more SCVs on the shorter rally time or rally distance to fill up the main mineral line. But regardless, we have the Widowmine and National to deter any further drops, and the army will begin to waddle out. Taking a look now, hanging out near the so just making sure there are no other drops. 2 more starports also done here. Get more production in the field. I have tons of resources. Why not? There's one thing I've learned: if you have resources, it means you don't have enough production. Siege tank at the natural expansion for Autopod, defending mightily as I have hit supply block on my reactor tech or rec check and tech lab expansion for Autopod as well. I'm guessing I would assume to get more stim. 2 more barracks on the way for Autopod. He wants to get more bio on the field, and why not? Supply is currently 62 to 49, and of that, it's mostly workers. 25 to 18, the current army difference favoring me. He has a missile turret in his own mineral liner, does Autopod, so he is defended against any drops. Good call there. Second orbital on the way now for Autopod. I 2 orbitals for a while now at my base, which means more mules, which means more income. We do have, it looks like, more tech labs, more supply depots, more SCVs. But it's a lot of supply depots. That's right, when you're floating minerals and you have a ton of supply block, you build a ton of supply. That's how you do it. Stim is done, level 1 weapons are done, so these level 1 armor and combat shields are next. High-sec auto-tracking also there to try and deter against any further drops. More Viking and medevac awaiting supply here, and just as soon as I have the supply, it's instantly filled. More Marine Marauder on the way. More supply as well, not making that same mistake of being supply blocked again. As the army size begins to grow in leaps and bounds here, Autopod is supply blocked. He has an armory on the way. He isn't going up the tech tree as quick as he can. Could be Thors or Hellbats. I would imagine it's probably going to be Thors with the tech lab on the factory. 5 supply depots of his own being done here for Autopod, an SCV per. Good sudden spend of resources as we're both floating perhaps a little too much. A Raven is on the way here. Gotta love those Ravens, gotta love those missiles, those Hunter-Seeker missiles. And a Banshee as well from the other starport. spending the money as fast as I can. 5 Marines at a time to spend those minerals. Autopod not spending all that money that he has, though he is getting Marines and Marauders out as fast as he can, and he has his own tech done. Does Autopod. He's currently sitting at level 2 engineering be done, and actually he does have 1-1 complete. Meanwhile, the medevacs, the SCVs are coming along with the ride here. They're just scouting, making sure it's all good. Meanwhile, my own army picks this exact moment to scout out and take a look. Oh, it's the command center at the high yield. Gutsy play here from Autopod, moving the command center forward. Actually, he's going to try and take both high yield command centers, because it's not like he was floating enough resources, but maybe it's more denial than raw resources for Autopod, because he had the resources and then some. Meanwhile, the bulk of the army for Autopod is waiting for the command go before moving out. But the problem is, I'm going to detect the high yield, and I'm going to probably take this thing out. The air unit's getting there first. The Vikings land. Meanwhile, the army back at home spots this. The Vikings go straight after the medevacs to try and take this down. Yes, indeed, they do get their final parting shots. So only the 1 medevac and a sieged-up siege tank. Reinforcements streaming across the map here, but I have shot down. There's the scan, and that's going to mean death to the Banshee. My own Hellbat is on the field, as I have seen enough of this, and I've said, you know what? Get my own armory down, and let's just start pumping out these dudes, because I got the money to do it, and why wouldn't I? From behind now, my army going after the siege tank. Picks the absolute worst time to siege up, and there goes the heavy support for Autopod, and a flank, a juicy, delicious flank here, eats up the units. Now with a mix of bio and mech, suddenly the army for Autopod figures, okay, hang on, let's not all stream in here 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. Let's think about what we're doing here, guys. Meanwhile, quick check of the other high yield proves, oh yes indeed. Yes indeed, Autopod, I see what you are doing, and I do not approve of it. I do not approve of it. The army just walks past her. The armies pass each other that close. Attempting now to shoot down the command center before it can get away. The Vikings, if they decided to, you know, maybe go into cool flying mode, maybe shoot down even faster. But a quick check here for proxy command centers is the order of the day. Now, the command center will fly off. Will it be put into the burning? The Marines are doing a valiant job of chasing it. Cloaking also for the Banshees here. Dribble materials almost up for the Ravens, and level 1 weapons for mech almost done as well. It will not. There it is. It is into burning. As units are being bought as fast as I have the money to do so. And indeed, it is Thor's 2 queued up here in the factory, 1 being built. Question is, will this command center land? It is in the burning, 200 health left. The Marines doing their best to whittle it down. Is it going to be enough? Oh, that poor SCV. He never stood a chance. It's flying over. Will the SCVs come repair it? 100 health. Oh, the bulk of the army is moving out for me, but the real question is, will this command center survive? Oh, just repair. Oh, it will indeed be repaired. Good job there by Autopod to repair it. But now the sieged up siege tank at the natural. Autopod's army will indeed make a stand here. And what I will do what he didn't, I will realize, hey, I can just punch my way through here. And with Widowmines buried, anticipating some sort of response, and goodness knows there is a response waiting, down go the front door rocks. And I now have a clear line into Autopod's main base. The Widowmines seeing no targets. There's the scan, revealing exactly what I need to know. There is a pretty honking charmy. They decide to move out. Oh, that's a horrible idea for Autopod. As an excellent hit there by the Widowmines, and that threat in a hurry. The Banshees have cloaking. Do they decide to cloak? Do they decide to cloak? No. Down goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Banshee does indeed cloak before it's too late. And without any support whatsoever, the Thors are looked around. They decide to move, trying to angle out here, but it's not a good idea, as the army just simply too good here. The Vikings will land and take care of this siege tank. And with a little bit of stim, I believe. I saw a stim there. The commander will, or the orbital command will try and get away, as with SCVs, but that's not going to be so good for them. Most are taken down, 4 do survive. And that looks like bad times ahead for Autopod. He does have a 3rd base hidden off to the side here. I also have a 3rd base, and I am mining at it. And it will get a orbital command. And this time, will, yes, indeed, the Vikings do shoot down that command center. Autopod is completely mined out at his main base. He does have resources in the bank Question is, can he get the SCVs to his command center? It is trying to train more. Some SCVs also stranded here on the low ground. It's a dangerous place to be. That much is true. Army is looking really good here for me. The Widow Mines will try and move out as well, try and intercept anything and everything. Do they bury, or are they going to try and be sneaky here and just start zoning out any sort of reinforcements? That is what we're going to see here. Cheeky on the ramp here. It survives with 3 hit points. Oh, Widow Mine, you look good, but unfortunately the scan destroys it, and the Raven as well. High ground at the edge of his range of the siege tank, and it's good. However, the stim and the shot's not good enough, as this is going to be at the stalemate here. But the Viking did tank some DPS from the range, which gave the army the chance to move up the ramp. The defenders are down. Down goes the medevac, and suddenly the front door looking very good here. And the siege tank sighting, it's going to move closer here as it goes into mobile mode. Repositions, not a good idea now. And the stim is good. Down with the siege tank. The SCVs come off the line. It's the last ditch assault. But no, that is that. In goes the army. Autopod is defeated. Just waiting for the GG here. And he has level 2 weapons here. Oh no, it is going to be the GG. Thought about doing it, but he had nothing. The GG in response is, you know, politeness. Always good. But that is my first match of Season 3 2014. A victory against a Bronze Leaguer. Nothing too shocking there, but it's certainly a good omen for the future of my life in Silver League. My name is Rituro. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.